Um, Hi, I'm in my closet because it has the best lighting. But the sound sucks. Oh my god, yeah, closet things. Those are my clothes. Those are my clothes. This is an air conditioner. These are not my clothes. Slay. Okay. Hi. I'm Musty Nudes. That's a shortening of Musty Noodles. Not musty like nudes. Just clarification. To start off, just wanted to say I'm doing this mostly out of boredom. Mostly because I don't want to do my actual work. But you know, you never know. You never know what something can become. So, yeah, thought I'd give it a go. And then, tiny bit of me wants to do it because there just aren't enough non-male voices in the fantasy community. So I thought I'd, get in on that. Fix that, possibly. So, yeah. For this video, for the first video, I thought I'd, do something fun, so do something a little quirky, which is, what I want it to be all about. Just a fun, quirky little fantasy channel run by moi, because I love fantasy, and I love being fun and quirky, so why not? So, to start off, I want to dive into what I think is one of the most, heavily debated things in, I guess, not the fantasy community, the Lord of the Rings community, or fan base, which is, why didn't the Fellowship just take the Eagles to Mordor? Why didn't that happen? I've never had the opportunity to put my 2 cents in on this, so I'm doing it now, because it's a lot more than 2 cents. I think it's very valuable what I have to say, and I think it's very obvious what I have to say, but just some people can't grasp it. I have seen so many videos explaining, just parts of it, of why it won't work, and I think it's really important to just kind of hash it all out, right here, right now, in my closet. So I think I'm going to break it up into 2 parts, this video. The first part being kind of why I think generally it wouldn't work, all the tiny little stuff. And then the second part is going to be kind of taking a little deep dive into what Gandalf meant when he said, "Fly, you fools," before he, died in the Fellowship. Because I think those are the 2 most important parts of the problem, my opinion, in Fly, you fools. So, yeah, let's go to part 1. Alright, so, to start off, I want to talk about, what exactly the Eagles are, what their purpose is on Middle-earth, or what Tolkien's intention for them, the lore behind them, I guess. I don't know, because I think that's genuinely important to my explanation of what I'm about to say. So, it also ties into other things. So basically, Middle-earth, boom, created. It's great, it's fun, everyone's having a good time. The Valar, who are basically, I guess, the Greek gods, I feel like that's a good explanation of it, but that's not a good explanation of it. They're, basically gods, but not the god. I guess angels. They're like angels. They're like angels. They're like angels. Yeah, the Valar equal angels. That's what they are. They make everything. It's really cool. It's really fun. All of these things that they make have, what Tolkien calls Feyar. Feyar is basically, I guess, it's free will. It's, your ability to have emotions and, think for yourself and have your own actions. So, all the creatures that they create have Feyar. Except for the Eagles. The Eagles don't have free will, basically. Their only purpose is to serve the Valar. So they're kind of like the Valar's spies in Middle-earth. They do the Valar's bidding without the Valar coming to Middle-earth. They, just gotta stay up in their, God, where do they live? Valinor? Arda? I don't know. anyways, they're up there having their fun while the eagles are doing all the dirty work. In the Silmarillion, it's explained that the Valar can't interfere with Middle-earth. They can't do jack shit to Middle-earth. They have to stay. They can't alter the history or anything. They have to let stuff play out. This is a good Greek god comparison, similar to the Trojan War. The Greek gods can't interfere with the Trojan War, right? Sure, that works. And then, alright, we're gonna do a little connection here. Valar are the eagles. Valar can't interact with Middle-earth. The eagles can't interact with Middle-earth. Boom, there you go. Right, they can't alter the history of Middle-earth either. So, by flying the gang to Mordor, they would be interacting with Middle-earth and interrupting the course of history, right? Now, one may say, but the eagles do alter the course of Middle-earth and stuff, right? We can see this in when Gandalf is trapped in Isengard, and the eagle who Gandalf is pals with, for some reason, helps him escape. Or when Bilbo and the dwarves get, that little ride halfway to the Lonely Mountain. It's stuff like that. My reasoning for that is that those instances don't, alter the history. They would have happened anyways. They would have just been slower or more taxing on the specific characters. However, the journey to Mordor that Sam and Frodo make, or Aragorn and Legolas make, and Gimli make, are so important to their character and their growth that the eagles can't interfere, because that would change so much of the story, They wouldn't have those same experiences that they did, that then, created other things and a domino effect to where they are. That won't happen. So it won't really work out. It won't go well. That's one of my main reasons for, saying that the eagles can't do it. I think it's a big one. I think it's an important one. The second reason in this section is that it's supposed to be a stealth mission, As Boromir says, one does not simply walk into Mordor. During the Council of Elrond was like, it's gonna be a stealth mission, guys, and everyone was like, okay, cool, right? It's like, if the eagles flew them to Mordor, everyone would know, what they were doing and where they were going. And that's just, not good, because if everyone knew, if everyone saw the eagles, Saruman sees the eagles in Isengard, some, weird orcs see the eagles, Sauron's gonna know, and he's gonna send his army, right? That's just gonna happen. And then even if that doesn't happen, and somehow the Frodo and the eagles make it to Mordor, Sauron's gonna see him and, kill him, right? Massive eagle, flying over, massive army of orcs and Uruk-hai, right in the sight of Sauron. Bows and arrows exist, you can shoot him down. Nazgul exist? Yeah. I don't know. That's what I think. That's the first part for me. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. That's not all of it. At the end of Return of the King, when the eagles are flying in to save Sam and Frodo, they fly into Mordor. And I've had very, in-depth conversations with other people about this. Why can they do it then, you say? Because the ring's already destroyed. Sauron dead / dying. There's a whole entire battle going on, There's a massive, chasm that's splitting open at the gates. No one freaking Mount Doom's erupting. No one cares if some eagles are flying over, because everything's already happened. There's nothing for them to interfere with. So, yeah, like, literally everyone and everything is dying. And that's why it doesn't matter then. And that is going to be the first 7 minutes of my explanation. I am so out of breath from the first part. I had to like take a break. I had to take a breather. So I'm gonna take it slower this time. Be more articulate. Yeah, actually read my script. That I made a script. I know. I'm so fancy. So, okay. Now to talk about more pressing part of the question, which is what did Gandalf mean when he said, "Fly, you fools," before he died? God. Okay, so many people argue that Gandalf literally means fly, like that the Fellowship should fly. Okay, so the first thing you think about, like in all of the things in Middle Earth, is to take like the super mysterious, like recluse giant birds that live in the mountains. Like, I don't know if the hobbits even know what they are at this point. Like, I don't think Gandalf ever explained how he escaped Isengard. I don't know if the eagles, like, are a super big thing that, like, everyone knows about. I don't think they are, but it's, like, it's probably just me, like, compensating for the rest of this theory, but I don't know. This doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Also, Tolkien's, like, okay, no, we're not getting to that yet. Okay, Aragorn, like, Gandalf never says anything to Aragorn about the eagles or about his plan, right? Which doesn't make sense. Okay, because he has multiple conversations with Aragorn talking about his plan, and just like, what, you never mentioned the eagles? Okay. Okay, also, Tolkien is a super old dude who uses weird language in his books. I really don't feel like finding all the times he uses fly just as like another word for like leave quickly. But it's so much throughout the books. So there's a chapter titled Flight to the Ford. They don't literally fly to the ford, they walk like they do the whole entire quest. And there are tons of other instances where it's like that. So I don't think that this one instance means something else. Anyway, I feel like I need a visual for this next part because I'm talking about the map and their journey. So let's go to map version of me. Ka-chow, cool transition. This is amazing. That's so cool. Anyways, not mine. Alright, so, oh my god, what happened? How do I go back? What? Oh. Okay, so, I can't really see anything, but that is where the eagles were about. Oh shit, wait, 1 second, where's my phone? Oh. I'm back. Okay. So. Okay, hi. Sorry, I had to pull up my script. Because I'm so cool and have a script. Alright, so. Hi. It's map me. It's me. It's a map. Alright, so. Here. About. Is where the eagles were, right? This is High Pass. High Pass. Or whatever it's called. Yes, Peter? What is it? What is it? What is it? You're awful.
What are you doing?
I'm making a video.
Huh?
I'm doing a video.
Why?
Because I want to.
Why?
You too.
Okay.
So what if you tell Mom? I don't care.
Wait, you posted a YouTube video?
Yeah, I plan on it, yeah. Now you are.
Yeah!
I'm kidding, no you're not. Leave. Alright, now I have to do it over again. Peter, please leave. Hi. Alright, it's me. It's a map. Okay, so here is like where the eagles are, right? That's High Pass. Okay. And then I guess okay, and then the hobbits are like around here-ish. That's very rough. Anyway, they meet up with the squad over here ish, maybe. I don't know. I can't read anything on this map. I think this is Rivendell. Doesn't seem like it should be, but whatever. And then Gandalf is like, we need to pass through the Misty Mountains, right? And then they're like, okay, let's try and go through High Pass. Let's see if that works out. Boom. But it doesn't, because it gets snowed out. There's like this massive snowstorm, and it's Sauron. Sauron's making this massive snowstorm. I don't know. He just does. And they have to go back down the mountain, right? And so they can't go through High Pass. And Gandalf literally says, as they're on their way to Moria, oh gosh darn it, I knew it wasn't gonna work. Like, I had this sneaking suspicion they were gonna have to go through Moria all along, right? And then they go to Mordor or whatever, and these guys go over here. But Gandalf literally states that he assumed that they'd have to do this all along, go through Moria all along, and that he just wanted to try to do the High Pass because he thought it was going to be easier, right? I think this is something. Like, he didn't specify that High Pass was gonna work. And so I think it's something important. I don't know. Back to normal me. Back to me. How do I stop this? Oh my god. What is going? Oh my god. Please stop. What? Okay, we're back. Okay, so that was part of the argument that disproves people saying that it was Gandalf's plan all along to take the eagles, blah 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 blah, and that's why I wanted to go through High Pass. The second half of why this wouldn't work is because of how Gandalf just like is as a character. I think it's important to always kind of, I don't know, take a look at the character itself, because that's always super important for motivations and stuff, right? So here's Gandalf. Super cool, rad old wizard guy, right? He's just like vibing along as this wizard dude, who's like super transparent and blatant about everything he does. Okay, we see this with Bilbo and like The Hobbit, and even in Lord of the Rings. We see it with Frodo, with Aragorn, Elrond. whatever, anything. And he tells, like, he has multiple meetings with Aragorn and Elrond, telling them his, like, plan and his expected route that they should be taking. So if he really wanted the Fellowship to take the Eagles the whole time, why on earth would he keep it a secret? Why? It's so out of character. And then tell them, like, right before he's about to die, in the most, like, cryptic way possible. Why didn't he just say, like, take the Eagles or something like that? I get that he is a wizard, but fly, you fools? No. Say take the Eagles. Be transparent, you know? God, my phone's buzzing. Jeez, I'm just so popular. Yeah, I think it's really out of character and something that he wouldn't do, you know, to not tell anyone. Not to forget that Gandalf wasn't even, like, the leader of the Fellowship. No one was given specific roles, and the only person who really got a role was Frodo as the ring bearer, and everyone else consecutively volunteered to help him on his quest to Mount Doom. I think that's also pretty important to state, that even though everyone respected him, he wasn't fully in charge. There are instances where they don't follow exactly what he would want or what he said. I think that's important. I think that pretty much sums up and explains "Fly, you fools" enough. I have to go write an outro now because I haven't done that. Alright, ended up not writing an outro. Completely gonna wing it. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Means a lot, I guess. First video, they're gonna get better, don't worry. It's now 6 o'clock, and I don't know when I'm gonna get this out. But, thanks so much. That was my explanation of why the Eagles wouldn't work, and why they couldn't just fly the Eagles to Mordor. Bye! Hopefully see you next time.